What's going on YouTube? I'm Logan Gagne. I'm just going to hop on here real quick and do a little mock draft since the draft is coming. It's coming very soon. We're seeing a lot of prospects start to trend up and rise up. So I'm going to hop on here real quick and just do a little first round mock draft. This is what I think. I'm not going to do any trades because, that's a lot to get into too early right now. So let's just go ahead and hop right into it. Number one on the clock, Titans. We got Cam Moore and Shedeur Sanders. Cam Moore is more of your traditional pocket passing quarterback. He does have the ability to extend plays. I really like Shedeur Sanders. But Cam Ward, he's very poised. He's very calm. You've seen it all year. Cam Ward, he's nonchalant. You've seen it all year. You know what I'm saying? But I think Cam Ward is a better quarterback as of right now. He has a little more experience. He's had more success. And I think he's going to have a very good combine. He's quicker, got a better arm. Maybe not a better arm than Shedeur right now, but he's got very tremendous arm talent and potential. So I'm going to have the Titans right here taking Cam Ward. Let me go ahead and start this. Yeah, here he is right here, Cam Ward, first overall to the Tennessee Titans. 2. The Browns. They could go ahead and take their quarterback. They could pass on a quarterback right now, get a quarterback next year, which isn't always the best strategy. If you need a quarterback, you really need to get one right now. But I think the Browns, when you got a generational talent like Travis Hunter, you got Abdul Carter right here, it's going to be very hard to pass on one of these two guys for Shedeur Sanders. So I got the Browns taking the two-way guy, Travis Hunter. And I would have them playing him at a wide receiver for right now and use him at DB situationally. But he can go either side of the ball. It's Travis Hunter. Next up, we got the Giants. Abdul Carter's there. But the Giants need a quarterback, obviously. The Daniel Jones project did not work out. And who's the second best quarterback right now? It's obviously Shedeur Sanders. If I can find him, let me go by quarterback. Shedeur Sanders, third overall pick to the New York Football Giants. And now the Patriots. The Patriots need a lot. They need a wide receiver. They need offensive line. They could use help on defense, which that's why I have them taking Abdul Carter. I think he's going to have a tremendous combine. I really love Abdul Carter. So I'm going to have him going fourth right here to New England. Pick number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. Once again, they need a lot of offensive line. They need help on defense. They have their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, who was hurt last year. So they're not going to be taking a wide receiver. They just got Brian Thomas last year. They don't need much help on offense. So I'm going to have them taking Michigan defensive lineman Mason Graham. He's an absolute dog, by the way. And I'm an Ohio State fan. Mason Graham is a dog. And now we got we got the Raiders, who also need a quarterback. There's no quarterbacks available right now. Who you going to take at quarterback 3? Kyle McCord, Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel, Jackson Dart? No, you ain't going to take any of them at pick number 6. But what you can do is get a guy for your next quarterback. Tedro McMillan is an absolute beast. Have him going to the Raiders right here. Next up, we got the New York Jets. Once again, quarterback's an option. Can't take a quarterback right here. They got the receivers. Their defense is pretty solid. They did lose Robert Saleh, who was one of the best defensive coordinators in football. He went back to San Francisco. So you could get another quarterback to help with Sauce Gardner, which I really like, Will Johnson. But I don't think they're going to take anybody on defense. I think they're going to try to improve really their offense. That's why I really have them taking. This is a hard pick. This is a hard pick right here. This is a very hard pick. The Jets is really, man, I'm going to go ahead and give him Will Johnson. You don't have much help at corner. They got DJ Reed, but Will Johnson, you could play him at safety, really. He's a great defensive back. He has plenty of years of experience. So we'll do Will Johnson to New York. At number 8, we got Carolina. with Bryce Young. They got a solid young offense. Their defense needs a lot of improvement. Bryce Young also needs some more help. So I'm going to have the Panthers right here taking – this is another hard one, man. I'm going to give them Malachi Starks. Georgia players always have good combines. So I expect Malachi Starks, Michael Walker, all these guys to move up in the draft. The Saints. Saints could improve a lot, but obviously they have cap issues. They're the team in the most negative cap space in the entire NFL. So I'm going to go ahead and give them – I'm really between James Pierce Jr. and Tyler Warren right here. They're both two of the best prospects in this draft, talent-wise. I'm going to go ahead and give him Tyler Warren for Penn State. He's a big guy. He's good in the run. He's good in the pass. You can plug and play him. He's going to be good automatically. The Bears, obviously, they got their guy, Caleb Williams. They got a tremendous young offense. I don't think they need much help on offense besides offensive line. And the best offensive lineman in this draft, in my opinion, is Josh Simmons. I don't think the Bears are going to take tackle right here. I think ideally they need a guard or a center. There's not many guard or centers available at this point in the draft. You really want to take a shot on someone later in the draft for a guard. But let's give their defense a little bit of improvement. Take James Pierce Jr. He's a dog. He was projected to be way higher, which he still could be way higher. This is just a mock. This is just a mock draft. I don't know what's going to happen. This is just me going off the top of my head, to be honest. The 49ers, offensive line. Will Campbell's right here. But Josh Simmons, he was hurt. But before his injury, he was maybe the best player in the draft. The 49ers tend to take shots. They are very good at scouting. They know what they're doing. So I think they're going to jump Will Campbell right here. Take Josh Simmons at pick 11. Cowboys. You just took Josh Simmons. We're going to go take Will Campbell. A lot of people have been saying Ashton Jeanty to the Cowboys. I don't like it. They got Rico Dowdle, who had an amazing year last year. So I don't see the point of them. Jeanty's a great prospect. He's one of the best players in this draft, but I don't see the Cowboys taking him. The Dolphins, though, I can see the Dolphins taking Ashton Jeanty. They more so need offensive line as well. So, yeah, let's give them Kelvin Bates Jr. from Texas. That's 3 tackles in a row. The 3 best tackles are now off the board. And the Colts, they need a lot as well. They need help. They need to help Anthony Richardson. They obviously don't need Jency. They have Jonathan Taylor. I said before, I think Michael Williams is going to have a tremendous pro day, a tremendous combine. Colts are going to take Michael Williams. Falcons. So obviously they've had Kirk Cousins last year. It's hard telling who they're going to have next year. They still have Desmond Ridder sitting back, or Michael Penix sitting back there. They can definitely use some help at wide receiver, but you got Luther Burden and Emeka Ibuka sitting right here. There's also Trey Harris down here, somewhere down here. Yeah, I'm having them take him. Luther Burden, I think he's the best wide receiver in this draft. Cardinals, they got their wide receiver last year, Marvin Harrison. They really need to improve their offensive line, their defensive line. The best defensive lineman in this draft, in my opinion, that's available right now is – where's he at? Tyleik Williams from Ohio State. He's an absolute dog. Did the Cardinals know that? I don't know. So I'm going to have them taking – fuck it, man. This is my mock draft. They're going to take him. Cardinals are going to take Tyleik Williams from Ohio State because this is my mock draft. And this is just the way that I think – this is the way that I would want the draft to go if I was the commissioner of the NFL. All right, the Bengals. They need help on offensive line. There's no secret about that at all. There's no secret about that. Is there any offensive lineman worth taking a shot on right now? You got Armand Mimbo from Missouri. I've watched him a little bit. I don't know a whole lot about him. You got Gray Zabel from North Dakota State, who I really like. I've been keeping my eye on him. So I could see the Bengals taking a shot on a tackle or maybe holding it off. They also need help on defense, at edge, on defensive line. So I'm going to have them taking Walter Nolan here. Or, I can see them taking a cornerback too, honestly. I'm going to give him Walter Nolan from Ole Miss right here. Seahawks. Seahawks had a pretty decent year last year, falling just short of making the playoffs. I'm going to give them Mike Green here from Marshall. He's been trending up. If you haven't been seeing him at the Senior Bowl, go check him out. That dude is a beast. I got the Buccaneers, 3-time back-to-back division winners. Baker Mayfield. Ashton Genty's still on the board, by the way. I don't know how I feel about him falling like that, but as a running back, they obviously don't need a running back. They got Bucky Irving. They got Rashad White. They're good at running back. So I'm going to have them taking, the wide receivers are getting a little weak with Mike Evans. Chris Godwin's always banged up. Have them taking Emeka Ibuka and get Baker Mayfield some more help. The Broncos. They could use some offensive firepower. I'm not even going to think about this one. Ashton Genty needs to go. If the Broncos have the opportunity to take Ashton Genty with Bo Nix, Ashton Genty at pick 20, they have to take that. The Steelers, they obviously need a quarterback. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. We don't know who it's going to be next year. Obviously, you can't take a quarterback right here. They could use some improvement on the offensive side. Their defense is always pretty solid. Yeah, let's give them Benjamin Morrison from cornerback from Notre Dame. He's a very quick, shifty cornerback. He locked up many guys this year. If you see him in the national championship, he was playing man-to-man pretty well on Jeremiah Smith for the majority of the game. The Chargers. Shamir Stewart from Texas A&M. He's going to have a great combine. He's going to run in the 4.5s, 4.4s for an edge. He's a great player. I really like Shamir Stewart. But I'm going to have the Chargers taking Shamir Stewart, why not? He's a great player. Packers. Another team that needs a lot of improving for Jordan Love. They got Josh Jacobs at running back. The wide receiver core has been iffy with injuries and inconsistency. You don't know who their true wide receiver one is. You got Matthew Golden sitting right here. I like that pick for Green Bay. I do feel like they've took a chance on too many receivers, though, so they really need Matthew Golden to work out. Vikings, they need defensive line. Sam Darnold's probably going to be their quarterback next year. If not, more than likely J.J. McCarthy, who I like. So no need to really improve the offense much in this area at this part of the draft. I'm going to go ahead and give them D lineman Kenneth Grant from Michigan. And the Texans. Their defense has been pretty stout since D'Amico Ryans just came to town. C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell got hurt. Their wide receivers are fine. No reason to take a shot on any wide receiver right now. Once again, they need improvement at the interior offensive line. There's just not much. Gray's able, though. You can play him at offensive guard. He's a tackle, but he's probably going to be playing offensive guard in the NFL. But I'm going to have the Texans take him. Give me just a sec. I got to think about this one. Let's do Jack Sawyer from Ohio State. Pair him up with C.J. Stroud. I don't really like that pick. That's probably that's my least confident pick I've made so far. But Jack Sawyer, I mean, he's a dog. He has experience. He's Captain Jack. If you watch him at Ohio State, you know what I'm talking about. The Rams right here. We're going to have them go ahead and take their tackle, Armand Mimbu. He's fallen pretty far. The Ravens. They need improvement at wide receiver, edge, cornerback. Best player available at this point in the draft. I really like Jahdae Brown. I really like Sharon Reevil. I really like Jahai Campbell. And Xavier Watts, JT Tuimoloau, Cam Scatterbo, he's a great player. Xavier Restrepo, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Walker, Jalen Walker's still available. Wow. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the. No, not yet. Ravens are gonna. Man, this is another hard pick, man. This is where it gets a little tricky. Because there's so many good players. And a lot of these teams need a lot of spots. So really, you just got to think of the best available player. Which would probably be Nick Scorton right now. Let's have them take Nick Scorton from Texas A&M. The Lions. They're pretty filled in everywhere. Their defense has had a lot of injury concerns, which they need a linebacker to pair with Jack Campbell. Jalen Walker, I think, is going to have a tremendous pro day, tremendous combine, which Georgia linebackers, they always do. So, let's do Jalen Walker right there. Commanders. Outside of wide receiver, Terry McLaurin, they don't have much on the offense. And with Jaden Daniels, you're definitely going to want to give him some more help, which they need offensive tackle. Gray Zabel, Josh Connerly Jr. sitting right here. I don't think you can pass on one of them because, these wide receivers, you don't really want to take a shot. I like Alec Anamore. I like Savion Williams. I like Jaden Royals from Utah State. But we're going to have them taking Gray Zabel right here and get their offensive tackle to help Jaden Daniels out a little bit. The Bills. They've had concerns at wide receiver, defensive back, defensive line. So I think the best player right here is Jahdae Barron from Texas. He's a tremendous defensive back. He can guard any wide receiver. The Eagles. They got some guys getting old on that offensive line at the edge spot and the cornerback spot with Darius Slay. So I'm going to have them taking – I like Sharon Reevil right here from East Carolina. He's very quick. He's going to run in the 4.3s, maybe the 4.2s. He's very quick, very quick. And lastly but not least, the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, these guys don't need anybody. They should forfeit this pick. But let's have them taking Josh Connerly Jr. They could use a tackle. And there we got it. There is my official 2025 mock draft. Let me know what you think below. Appreciate you guys watching. It's euphoric.